This is Abe Wesley with Straight Talk. The topic I'm going to talk about today is the Bold and the Beautiful. The Bold and the Beautiful was actually good. Zende took Nicole out on a romantic date, and he had fun going on the date. But I was surprised at how handsome he looked. I mean, I thought he was an okay looking guy, but after they cleaned him up with that nice gray suit and that black tie and had his haircut real short and edged up, and that young guy was very handsome. If I was 20 years younger, I would have had a crush on him. But anyway, get back to the story. They had a nice date, and it seemed like after he mentioned it to Nicole that he had something special. I mean, after he mentioned it to Sasha that he had something planned for Nicole that was very special, Sasha got jealous. Sasha is still jealous, and she still wants Zende to be the guy for her and not for Nicole. I just wish she would move on and find someone else. On another topic, Brook and Ridge had a heart-to-heart talk about all the mistakes they had made to mess up their relationship with their family members, and they're trying to do everything in their power to correct it. And he said that he shouldn't have left Caroline in the first place, and that situation with Caroline and Thomas would have never happened. And Brooke said if she would have just kept her feelings from Bill hidden and not spoken to Bill about the way she felt about him, Katie and Bill's marriage would have recovered. But both of them are sorry for the mistakes that they have made. And Rich also confessed to Brooke that he knows that Caroline is still in love with Thomas. He thought it was only one side. He thought it was just Thomas, but he said he could tell the way Caroline looks at Thomas that she still has feelings for Thomas. And Ridge is right. When Caroline found out that Thomas was going to go on a date, she got jealous and asked the date to take a picture of her and Thomas and the baby to prove to the secretary who Thomas is now dating that they're a family and that they're going to be a family. And when he left the room, it was like she was so sad that Thomas was leaving the room with that woman. But she had threw Thomas away many times and told Thomas that she was dedicated to Ridge and her marriage. And now that Thomas is finally trying to move on, it's like she doesn't want Thomas to move on with anyone else. And speaking of that, Quinn is really interrupting things with Wyatt and his wife, and Steffi told Wyatt that Quinn came to the office dressed as a Russian sailor trying to get her job back when she was really there trying to have sex with Eric. But she didn't want to tell Steffi that. And so Eric didn't want to make Quinn leave, so he just told Quinn kind of rudely to get out, and he was not going to offer her job back. But as soon as Quinn left out, he was on his phone calling Quinn and all kind of stuff. And Wyatt let the cat out of the sack, telling his mother that Eric might go to Monte Carlo with them on a business trip for Bill's magazine, and she got in her head that she's gonna sneak over there and surprise Eric and stuff. And Stephanie's already saying that she's gonna have a good time in Monte Carlo without having to deal with Quinn and her antics. And she doesn't know that Quinn is gonna sneak to Monte Carlo to try to have her romantic evening with Eric. And Wyatt needs to realize that his mother doesn't really care about his marriage to Stephanie. All she cares about is getting her way and getting into the Forrester household, no matter which way she gets in. This is Abe Wesley. I am out.